Did you know that most of the targeting options that are on Facebook when you're running ads now don't work like they used to? They're still there. They can be used as a suggestion for Facebook, but it really has nothing to do anymore with how Facebook decides who to show your ads to. So let me explain. So there's now an algorithm that Facebook is using that's called the interest graph algorithm. So it's very similar to how your organic content, so your regular posting, gets displayed by people who interact with your page and stuff, and it gets shown to people that are interested. And the same thing is going to be going on with your ads now. It's been this way for a while. It's just not talked about a lot. But if you look around, there's information out there. But Facebook, they're pretty upfront with it. So when you put in, ages and locations and genders and interest, interest targeting is pretty much almost dead. It just doesn't work anymore. But all that stuff is just treated as a suggestion by Facebook. They are literally one of the biggest spenders on the planet for AI equipment, for process building, for everything AI. So their AI is what is going to decide who sees your ads. And what they're using is this thing called an interest graph, I'm sorry. So it's going to be very similar to the way SEO is done and the way you can get pages ranked. So what I mean by that is like when you're running an ad, obviously somebody sees it, and what's going to happen is they're going to click, they're going to look at it, there's going to be interest, or they're going to stop to scroll, whatever that is. That sets off number one. That just shows the interest. Now the other part of that is if they click on that, or they go and expand the ad and read the rest of it, if they go in and look at it and leave right away, that is going to be like almost like an SEO. That's going to be like a bounce, which means it's bad. So if someone clicks on your ad, sees what's next, and it doesn't really correlate or it doesn't interest them, and they leave, that is going to lower your ranking on the interest graph, rather. I'll get that right here eventually. But anyway, what you need to do when you're building ads on Facebook is you almost got to set it up like you're doing SEO. So you got to make sure you have your keywords picked, because again, that's how they're going to decide who needs to see it. Because you're going to put in what you say in your ad, in your creative, what kind of text you have in there. And then based on that, they're going to try to match you up with people in your service area that are talking about it, expressing interest, engaging with other ads with that interest. But their AI, and again, it's way beyond our own ability to process, but their AI is going to figure out who to show that to. And the way you get your ad to show up more often is by getting people to show more interest, so getting them to watch a video longer, stay on your ad, not click off to your landing page and come right back to it, which again, that's called a bounce. That indicates that what they found based on what was shown to them didn't match up and they didn't want to be there, so Facebook's going to show that ad less. And when you have an ad creative that is not performing, a lot of these things are happening. So you might have the right keywords and you might have the right things in your creative, and when the people get to their destination, which could be a landing page, and they click back, that's bad. That's called a bounce. So here's how you fix it. What you're going to use to fix it is called creative targeting, which means while you still can suggest who you want to target in your ad setup, it's your creative that's going to really drive home to the Facebook AI who to show it to and who is going to engage. Now again, so for example, you're going to want to call out the area. So again, you can say Southern California, you can say Northern Pennsylvania, you can say Schuylkill County, wherever it is, could be a city, Philadelphia, it doesn't really matter. But you need a call out, one, to say who you want to put in front. Because let's say if you say something like, hey, Philadelphia homeowners, if you're not a Philadelphia homeowner and you see that, you're going to leave. Which, again, that's good. Because what's going to happen is that people that are Philadelphia homeowners are going to hear that, and they're going to stay a little longer. And it's going to make that interest graph move. And again, the interest graph is not something you can see, but that's how creative targeting works. So people are going to engage with it, and Facebook's going to notice, hey, the people that are engaging with this are from Philadelphia, and it's going to show it to more of them, and so on. So inside of the ad, then, what you're going to do is, in a creative manner, you're going to mention some other things. You're going to mention maybe a problem they're having with their home. Could be, are you a homeowner that has gutters that overflow with water because they're blocked? And again, to shoot off the hip area. It could be anything. There's some other tools we use for finding the kind of problems people have in given areas. But so that's the next layer. So someone already established they're from Philadelphia, then they hear that, like, oh, I'm not a homeowner. They're going to leave. Oh, my gutters are fine. Oh, they're going to leave. And then the person that stays, they're going to be like, I do get leaves in my gutters and they do get blocked, or they do need to be cleaned every so often. And what that means is now Facebook, again, is going to look at their demographics. Where are they located? How many kids do they have? And there's like all those things that people put on Facebook, people don't really realize, but that's how Facebook figures out who to target, all these demographics about them. So, and again, just going back to the example here of clogged gutters. So what that's essentially going to tell Facebook is people in this area, and again, it could be a development with lots of trees, but it'll start showing to other people, again, demographically, that match the person who raised, the interest on that graph, if that makes sense to you. So what we'll end up doing is I end up targeting that area. So as more and more people engage, Facebook's going to start finding those demographics of the people that are engaging with it, and then that's how it's going to work going forward. Now, the other things you can do on your end is, one, you need a hook. So again, you've seen some videos that start out pretty crazy. They start out with humor, or they have humorous moments in them, and then they go on to, let's say, information. So you get their attention and teach. Keep their attention, teach. You just gotta keep bouncing around when you're doing the creative when it comes to the videos. And then, you also have the option where you can go short and sweet, which just could be, again, we'll just talk about our service here. It could be like, hey, do you need a website for your business? And then, the people who don't care, they're going to leave, and the people are going to say, then I can do a little bit of education and talk about, what kind of factors they need to make sure are on their website so they have a high converting website. And then it's the same thing, and go back and forth, and have a call to action at the end, and so forth. But the thing is, you need to think things through. One, to make sure you're focusing on the problems and call out the things that you believe that your customer avatar, the people that you are targeting, are going to be interested in. And if they're not, they're going to leave, and the people that are will stay. But that is completely how this AI creative targeting is going to work going forward. So it's going to take a little bit of a learning curve. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put together a detailed guide on how we find the things that customers in a particular area are interested in, and then the topics that you should be covering, how you can hook them, the kind of call to action you need. I'm going to be doing all of that sort of stuff here. And if you're interested in getting that once it's finished, in the comments of this video, just put down, let me see, what will be creative. Just comment creative targeting. If you put the keyword creative targeting in the comments of this video, when I'm done this guide, and it will be done this week, that what I'll do is I'll get that video sent off to you. And if you have any questions, just reach out. But this is a very big focus area for us now, is figuring out how to educate our clients on how to help us make the proper creative for them when it comes to their ads. But at the same time, if you're a solopreneur and you're doing this yourself, this will be very, very helpful. Is, again, just to focus on calling out the customer, calling out the problem, being a little humorous, injecting your personality, then, having a call to action and educating the customer along the way. So hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message, let me know, and hopefully we'll talk one day soon.